Yep, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about Cam Newton. Does he affect the AFC East? What is up, Finn fans? Yes, if you could tell by the title, we're going to be talking about Cam Newton. You know, he signed at the beginning of the week. It was big this Sunday, I think it happened. Big breaking news. You know, Cam Newton signs with the New England Patriots. Big breaking news. I made a video about it. I'm going to go a little bit more in depth on what happened, how he signed with the Patriots, all that jazz. And does he affect the AFC East? And I'm going to talk about that. Before we jump into that, real quick, want to talk about some news that broke. So today, or yesterday, because today's Friday, this happened yesterday on Thursday. If you guys know, if you guys been subscribed with me for a while, if you guys been subscribed with me since last summer, or even the summer before that, I report everything that happens at the training camps, the OTAs, all the stuff that the reporters tell us, like, you know, 4 wide set, so-and-so drops back, throws it to so-and-so, burns so-and-so for a would-be touchdown. I literally write it all down, and I sit here or I sit in the car and I give you play-by-play breakdowns of what happens at training camp and OTAs. It's a tradition of mine. I started doing it in 2018. A lot of people were like, dude, you're making like 30-minute videos talking about this, and that. It's became a staple of this YouTube channel, and it's just something that I started. I noticed no other NFL YouTuber was doing it. So I was like, hey, you guys liked it because you guys can't be there like I can't be there up in Jersey. You like to get the breakdowns. Well, that being said, if you guys notice, I haven't been able to do it this year. No OTAs, no mini camps, no any of that stuff. And now they're talking about limiting reporters when it comes to the season and when it comes to training camp. So essentially they're talking about, normally there's, you know, fans could be sitting in the stands, and then they have a ton of reporters. I get a lot of my different angles of plays from Adam Beasley, Omar Kelly, Safin Dean. Even for a while, Travis Wingfield would give me, you know, would report on things, and I'd pick up on it from a lot of different, Barry Jackson, a lot of different guys. But they're talking about this year only having potentially one reporter for training camp, and him essentially funneling the information to other beat writers. And also they're talking about when the season comes, hopefully no locker room and no post-game press conferences. So being that we're talking about Cam Newton, a lot of people joke like, how is Bill Belichick going to react when Cam Newton wears all those crazy outfits on his post stuff on the podium? It's not going to happen. They're going to do Zoom calls. So that really does change the aspect. I'm hoping there still is a training camp, and I'm hoping during training camp we still get reports so I can have 3 years in a row of giving you guys play-by-play. That is just the news that broke yesterday that I kind of wanted to talk about because, again, it impacts this YouTube channel because, like I said, I've been doing it for 2 straight years. I love doing it, giving you guys the play-by-play, all that stuff, and giving you my analysis of, oh, you know, so-and-so got beat for a sack, all the offensive line struggling, all that stuff. So if you want to reminisce on old training camps and stuff, you can go back, watch my videos. They're all up there. Now let's talk about the fact of the matter. Let's talk about what the title says. Cam Newton. Does he affect the AFC East? Does he change the game plan of the Miami Dolphins, the Buffalo Bills, the New York Jets? Does he affect this division? So let's, in a nutshell, go back, right? Signs a 1-year deal. A lot of people were saying, a lot of NFL, even Richard Sherman, were coming out saying, wow, you signed him to a 1-year, $1.05 million contract? Cam Newton, former NFL MVP, Heisman winner, goes to the Super Bowl. We all know what happens in the Super Bowl. You're going to sign him to a $1 million contract? It's not $1 million, right? His contract, the way it works, is it's 1 year for $1.05 million, right? $550,000 guaranteed, $700,000 per game incentive. Essentially, every game he plays and starts, he gets $700,000 and $5.75 million in additional incentives. So the man's probably, if he does play and start the whole season and does all 16 games and potential, you know, playoffs and yada yada, probably be making about $8 million this year. That's not bad for a guy who's coming off of injuries, who didn't play all but 2 games last season. That's not bad, especially when it comes to the New England Patriots. The New England Patriots don't pay quarterbacks a lot of money. The last big guy that they picked up was Drew Bledsoe. Other than that, they don't really pay a lot of big guys big money. If you notice, a lot of these guys that they'll bring in, pay them like $1 million or the vet minimum. They don't pay a lot of money. So for Cam Newton to potentially make around $8 million this year, depending on how much he plays, if he plays, and how deep the team goes, it's big. Now, again, with this whole Cam Newton situation, a lot of people are saying, oh, the New England Patriots did it again. Look at the New England Patriots. They got Cam Newton for $1 million. And also, they released the news of getting Cam Newton as done the same exact day and time that they get punished for filming the Bengals sideline. Well, first off, it happened the way it did, right? It was a yin and yangs type situation. Cam Newton was looking to play for a team. New England Patriots came calling, knocking on his door. For a while, he finally said, hey, screw it. I want to play. We're getting close to training camp. I'm going to need to learn their playbook. They're a winning organization. They're constantly in the playoffs. Why not go play for them? And then you look at the Patriots side. They're saying, hey, Cam, being with the virus going on and all that jazz, you can't come in and take physicals. All these free agents can't come in and take physicals. Hence why Jadeveon Clowney, Warford, Logan Ryan, all these guys are still out and available because of what's going on in the world. It's very hard to bring in these free agents. If this was last year, the pool would be completely empty and different players would be in different places. So it was a beneficial also for him to get that incentive-laced contract. Really does help the New England Patriots, who are ranked last in the NFL in cap space, sitting right now at $1.4 million in cap space. So again, it was Cam Newton's trying to put himself in the best situation to be successful and show what he can do. Go to the Patriots, who have a record in history, and Bill Belichick has a history of winning with any quarterback. Garoppolo, Brissett, Castle. He's won and won and won. I've talked about this back when Tom Brady left. Hey, what is Bill Belichick? He wins. That's all he does, is he wins. There's no real demand for Cam Newton. He strapped himself to a winning rocket, hopes and prays that it doesn't blow up in his face. So now, that's the story. That's what happened with him trying to come to the Patriots, right? He's got a $1 million incentive-based contract. Could potentially make $8 million. Now it's the whole thought process of, does this affect the AFC East? Does this affect the other teams? Does this affect the seasons? Does this affect the thought processes of processes or processes? Processes or processes? Which one is it? Of, Adam Gase, Bills head coach, Brian Flores. Does it affect their game plan, right? Well, you look at Cam Newton, right? Cam Newton in 2015 had a fantastic season. MVP season. Obviously, he won the MVP. His touchdown to interception ratio was ridiculous. His completion percentage was pretty good. His QBR was fantastic. Great 2015 season. Last year, like I said, only played 2 games. I'll talk about his injuries. Year before, 2018, he had a 6-8 record. Again, didn't play the full season. Didn't do too bad. 67.9 completion percentage. He had 24 touchdowns to 13 interceptions. Not too bad. Not great. 94.2 quarterback rating. He had a decent year in 2018. But again, January 7th, 2018, he has a ligament and cartilage damage in the knee, but doesn't have surgery, right? October 21st of 2018, he has a shoulder injury that he plays with throughout the season. The last 2 games of the season, they shut him down. On January 24th, he has surgery on his shoulder. So now not only does he have ligament and cartilage damage in a knee, but then he also has damage in his shoulder. And then September 12th of 2019, he aggravated a left foot injury, which didn't require surgery, if I'm remembering correctly. But they shut him down for the year. Again, that's why he only played 2 games. The man's been injured. He didn't play most of last year. And now he's coming in. He's working his butt off. We've seen the videos. He has a YouTube channel. He's trying to prove that he isn't beat up. He isn't washed up. He is still the Heisman winner, MVP winner, NFC champion that he is. He's coming to New England to a team that everyone all of a sudden wants to pop out and support this team again. Now all of a sudden you got the underdog again. To call the division champion who's been doing it forever underdog just doesn't make sense to me. But you got the Patriots, the underdog again. and they're bringing in another underdog, and these two underdogs are getting together and going to make a championship baby. But me personally, Cam Newton, I said this when he signed. I said it doesn't scare me. Then I had Patriots fan commenting. I had some Dolphin fans commenting saying, you're saying it doesn't scare you, but you don't know what you're talking about. Cam Newton is still, the greatest or still great and da-da-da. Patriot fans are like, yeah, you're saying it doesn't scare you, but I can hear the quiver in your voice and you're definitely scared. Boo, 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 or boo. In all honesty, it doesn't scare me. And I'm going to tell you right now, you sat through about 10, 11 minutes of me rambling, talking backstory and all this jazz to get to the point, to get to what you guys want to hear me say. Does Cam Newton signing with the New England Patriots affect the AFC East? No. Does it affect Brian Flores' plan for the 2020 season? No. And I said it when they signed him, and I didn't go into full detail because I wanted to wait for the full contract and I wanted to wait to make this video. This is why it doesn't affect Brian Flores. This is why it doesn't affect the AFC East. Well, the AFC East is the AFC East, right? The Bills were, planning on doing whatever they were doing. They bring in their guys. They did all that stuff. Same thing with the Jets, right? The Jets had their own plan. I'm going to say right now, I still don't think it affects the AFC East. I think bringing in another mobile quarterback that, yes, when he's in the pocket and he stays in the pocket throws, he's dynamic, but he's more relies on his legs. Cam Newton, it is what it is. Going up against another quarterback who, yes, when he stays in the pocket, he's a pretty decent, but again, one of the worst completion percentage, inaccurate quarterback. I'm sorry, Buffalo Bills fan, but Josh Allen, it's not even like an opinion. He's not accurate. And you can't get butthurt and you can't get offended by that comment because it's a fact. He's inaccurate. He needs to work on his accuracy. He'll be fantastic. He'll be great. But he also depends on his legs. So you just bring another one in. And this is what I'm talking about. Does Cam Newton affect the AFC East? No, because we had to deal with Josh Allen. Now you bring Cam Newton in. I'm not saying Cam Newton and Josh Allen are the same. I'm not comparing them, and I'm not saying that Josh Allen is comparable to a former NFL MVP, because I can already feel the comments being typed. I'm not saying that. I'm saying their play style. Does it affect the AFC East? No. Does it affect the Miami Dolphins? No. Miami Dolphins were preparing to face Josh Allen twice a year. Again, very mobile quarterback. When he stays in the pocket, he can be dynamic. Again, he's incredibly inaccurate. But they're preparing to try to stop a run-first quarterback. Again, Bills fans are like, it's no run-first quarterback. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't even watch us play. Shh. Shh. Preparing for that. Look at the additions that the Miami Dolphins added, right? Look at the, Shaq Lawson, Agba. We bring in Raekwon Davis. We bring in Byron Jones. We bring in another corner. He drafts a corner with the 30th pick in Igbenogany. We're adding to that secondary, even though we had Nick Needham, who had a very solid year last year. Xavier Howard was still there. Hopefully he can stay healthy. He said you can never have enough corners, adding on the corners because he knows the type of quarterbacks he's going to have to face, which you can lump Cam Newton in there with them. Brings in a Kyle Van Noy, who is a very smart, capable linebacker. We have Jerome Baker. He started to bring in these defensive guys to stop these high-passing quarterbacks. So again, we're preparing for certain quarterbacks. Hey, I'm going to throw Cam Newton in that pile. Does that affect your preparation? H? Does it affect your hemorrhoids? Not at all. My hemorrhoids are still flaring. Put the cream on it. So no, again, it doesn't affect it. Look at the other quarterbacks that the Miami Dolphins are going to have to face this year. Russell Wilson. It's a pretty dynamic Super Bowl winning quarterback who also can run and has a great arm. Patrick Mahomes. I feel like him and Cam Newton. Hello. Josh Allen, like I said, you got to face him twice. And, of course, Kyler Murray, another speedy quarterback. So, again, do you take Cam Newton, put him in the AFC East? Do you think Brian Flores goes, oh, my gosh, my plans, they're out the window. What are we going to do? The 2020 season's in the pooper. No. He's been preparing to face mobile quarterbacks that have a good arm. You just threw one in the division for him to face it twice a year. Gucci will shut him down. Not worried. Hope that answers your question. I went real in depth with this one. I really broke it down. Hope it answers your question. So back to Sunday's video, everyone's saying, does it really? No. And now you know why I feel like it's fine. It really doesn't bother me. I actually know a Panthers fan and a Panthers YouTuber, Big Cat. If you want to check out his channel, link it below. He's part of Fan to Fan Network. Again, check out Fan to Fan Network. The website's getting pushed, but we are releasing the website soon. If you want to go check out his videos, he knows Cam Newton in depthly because he's been a Panthers fan forever. And he even talks about that this man is fool's gold. You want to check his video out? I'll link it below. Big Cat. I might have him on the channel. Let me know if you want him to have on the channel, because we're going to have to face Cam twice a year. And some people are even saying Cam Newton's not even going to be the starter. If you honestly thought that that Bill Belichick was going to go into the season with Stidham and Hoyer as the starters, Stidham, who threw 4 passes, one of them being an interception, Brian Hoyer, who got completely owned by the Miami Dolphins while he was with the Indianapolis Colts, and wasn't going to bring in a quarterback? Come on, guys. The only way Cam Newton's not starting for the New England Patriots is if he gets re-injured. Other than that, he's the starter. Also, there's a clause in his contract that he can be franchise tagged. So if he lights it up and plays great, they'll just franchise tag him instead of going through a contract negotiation. Comment below and let me know what you guys think. I want to hear from you guys. I want to know what you guys think. Are you guys still worried about Cam Newton? Comment below. Let me know. Do you think he affects the AFC East? Yes, no, and tell me why. Comment below. I'm going to get to your guys' comment of the day. Now, these comments, I'm going to lump them in together, right? I got a comment from Daddy of No Alphas 1, Miami Dolphins fan, and SD Outdoors. All 3 of these comments are defense-based. In a nutshell, Daddy of No Alphas wants to know essentially what defense are we going to run, what's going to be the most effective. SD Outdoors wants to know what front 7 do I think is going to be the most effective. And Miami Dolphin fans wants to know how are these backup safeties going to affect the defense and help. To answer all your guys' questions, the defense, I can't even tell you. They run a ton of different defenses. 3-4-4-3, bear, roaming, nickel, dime, 3-3-5, dime. Like, it's just so many different types of defenses. It's hard for me to pinpoint which one they're going to actually run. When it comes to how are the safeties going to help this defense, safeties are going to be huge, especially Fedulum is going to be huge on special teams. Special teams is huge. If you allow these kick returns for touchdowns late in the game, you screw yourself. If you allow them to get across midfield, you screw yourself. You put your defense up against the wall and make their lives a lot harder. So having these thumpers and having these guys like Hill, Roberts, Fedulum, yes, they might contribute on defense, but they're going to be huge contributors on special teams, which is very, very important. And the front 7 that I think is going to be most effective, it all depends on what the defense is trying to accomplish. If they're trying to stop the run, I'm going to have the big boys up there. I'm going to have Gotchow. I'm going to try to get Wilkins in there. You know, we'll probably run a 3-4, have the outside linebackers try to get, set the edge, make sure these guys can't go to the outside. If we're trying to get after the pass, or if we're trying to get after the quarterback, I'm going to have Jerome Baker in there. He's a really good blitzing linebacker. I'm going to see if Raekwon Davis can get his thing going, be disruptive. Shaq Lawson, Ogba on the outside. You know, it all depends on the scheme that's going to be run and what the Dolphins defense is trying to do in that moment. But I hope I answered your guys' questions in a roundabout way. I love the comments, and they all put comment of the day, so I knew that they wanted to be part of comment of the day. Like I always say, be sure to comment below, and I'll try to answer it. And if I don't answer it correctly, say, hey, Doug, you big idiot, you didn't answer correctly, and I'll try to answer it correctly. And either type in, which I hate doing. This is why I ask you guys to, I can answer it here, or I'll answer it here. But thank you guys for leaving those comments. This is it. That's the video in a nutshell. Here comes the spiel. Do you guys give a crap about this spiel? I've actually been debating whether I should cut this spiel out and kind of just have pop-ups throughout the video, because I feel like it's a waste of time to tell you guys to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and there it goes, it pops up. But do it. That's where I get a lot of my news. That's where I get a lot of my breaking news, and that's where I give my instant reaction before I could sit down and make a video. So if you do want instant reactions and stuff like that, and posts and see me try to interact with Dolphin players, follow me on Twitter. Also, check out the Bit Boys, my gaming channel. And like I said, I do have a second channel. And I have a Twitch now, so you can check them all out. I'll link them all below and all that stuff if you don't feel like sitting through trying to click them all. And like I usually say, but a lot of you guys do this without me even saying it. And I appreciate the crap out of you, but give this video a thumbs up. Some of you guys give it a thumbs up without even watching the video, which I appreciate. Some people give it a thumbs down without even watching the video. And I hope you get diarrhea. It is what it is. Don't be mean. Watch it. And if you don't like it, then give it a thumbs down. But like usual, you know, go check out DolphinsTalk.com. Very great site. Ton of Dolphin content over there. If you haven't done it yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It means a lot to me that you now are becoming part of the DouglieDoWrong army. I don't know what to call you guys yet. If you want to come up with names, I'll pick the best one. But be sure to hit that subscribe button. Be sure to hit the bell so you know when a new video comes out and when I go live. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Probably going to come out Monday. I hope you guys have a fantastic 4th of July weekend. This is probably premiere. So to all my premiere guys, I think you're over here. Yeah, I think you're over here. Hope you guys have a fantastic 4th of July weekend. Stay safe. You know, if you don't, you know, wash your hands, wash your ass. I don't know. Just be safe during the 4th of July. I will see you guys most likely either Sunday or Monday, or if news breaks, like I said, you guys will get a brand spanking video. But other than that, like usual, stay classy. Fins up.